What's up, Space Pirates? This is your captain, the chronically charismatic Dr. Disaster, and it's always fun to watch one of these video game studios go out of their way to pander to the screeching harpy feminist types and their simp allies and the clueless game journalists and then fail because of it.
Sheer hubris.
The original Dead Rising was one of my favorite games for a while there. I played the absolute hell out of it, but I have no interest in the Deluxe Remaster. I don't need a watered-down version where they censor the risque photos that Frank West could take, or where they censor the dialogue of a Vietnam veteran so that he doesn't say anything bad about communism, or where they felt the need to change the Chinese butcher into a white dude. But of course, they felt the need to pander to the modern audience, who wouldn't like that stuff.
I'm not much on speeches, but it's so gratifying to leave you wallowing in the mess you've made. You're screwed. Thank you. Bye.
Well, it looks like that modern audience is hiding again, despite the massive media blitz that is underway this week for Dead Rising. My timeline is inundated with articles from corporate media types trying desperately to get me interested in this game, but so far it doesn't look like their efforts are working very well. I just did a comparison of the Steam numbers for Concord 3 days before it launched and compared it to the Steam numbers of Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered, and, well, I'll just say this. If I were Capcom, knowing how much was spent on this game, I wouldn't be very happy right about now. Alright, me hearties, make sure you hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, where I keep a list of woke and DEI infected games pinned to my account at all times for your reference. My handle on the platform is Dr. Disaster 1. In any case, let's talk about this Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster and the Steam numbers. It really annoys me when these companies take established IPs like Dead Rising and inject their own bullshit views into it. The various censorship that we have heard about with this game is enough to convince me that the developers did not have me in mind when they made it. Gamers like me, those of us who want to simply be entertained by video games after a long day at work, people like me are old news to them. Now they are embracing the modern audience. In other words, they're embracing people who share their penchant for never-ending discussions about political BS. They want to appeal to people who follow us into our hobbies, chase us around, lecturing us constantly, trying desperately to turn us into one of them. That's the part that really pisses them off about us, by the way. The fact that we have been impervious to their overtures. That is who these dingleberries were attempting to appeal to, though, the modern audience, with this game by adding all this censorship to Dead Rising. It's too bad, though, because I really wanted to like this game. I really wanted to play it, but I have my principles. The only thing worse than a franchise like Concord that was the epitome of woke shit, the only thing worse is when these same sorts of people get their paws on an established IP and ruin that. I mean, at least Concord was original. It was dumb as hell, but it was original. And speaking of Concord, we all know how bad that game was, how bad that train wreck turned out for Sony. We all know how poorly it performed, but I snagged this image from a few weeks back. This is a snapshot of Concord's Steam statistics from 3 days before the game launched. As you can see, the game had just under 5,000 followers and it was number 258 in top sellers. Now compare that to the statistics statistics of Dead Rising, which we're currently 3 days out from the launch of that game right now, so this is a direct comparison. At the time of this recording, Dead Rising has about 3,000 more followers than Concord, and it's the 161st top seller as opposed to the 258th. But this is not what you want to see if you're Dead Rising right now. Beating Concord isn't enough, considering how bad that game turned out. For cripe's sake, they canceled it already. And considering that Dead Rising is a major AAA release from a prominent studio featuring a popular IP, yeah, this is truly terrible. Just beating Concord isn't enough. They should be dominating Concord. They should be competing with Space Marine 2 for the top spot on Steam right now, but instead, nobody is paying attention to this release, and that is despite the fact that, as I said earlier, there are a ton of articles popping up now from the mainstream media. This marketing campaign of Dead Rising is clearly much better funded than the one for Lollipop Chainsaw Repop, and yet I suspect that Dead Rising will not do much better than Lollipop. It will likely hit more concurrent players than Concord on Steam, which isn't exactly difficult to do. Concord couldn't even crack 700, but at this point, I don't think it's going to do much better. My guess is it will hover around 1,000 concurrent players at its peak, but I'm going to leave it there. What do you think will be this game's peak concurrent player count on Steam? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, along with your mockery of this very stupid game, and we will talk there.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty